today I'll be showing you guys how to make these things right here. And if you're wondering what they are, guess what? They're fidget spinners. But the thing about these fidget spinners that make them special out of every other fidget spinner is they're bearingless. Like, what? I know, right? Like, I was so surprised and mind blown when I found out that you could actually make fidget spinners without bearings. Like, oh my gosh. But here are the two fidget spinners I made, and you might be making this because your parents do not want to buy you one because maybe they're too expensive, you can't afford it, or you're just broke AF right now and you really want a fidget spinner because it's like the new toy craze, and all you have is like, 25 cents, and they spin fairly well, and it's fairly easy to make. So here's the first one I made, and it's this bar fidget spinner with 25 cents coins on the end of it. And then it has this line pattern in mint on one side and blue on the other side right here. And this one is the best spinning one out of the two that I made. Just look at this. Right? Like, I couldn't believe it myself. And I'm spinning this with my left hand, and I'm not very dominant with my left hand, but look at this. Right? It doesn't have the greatest spin time, but still, it's really cool. So there's the first spinner I have. And the second spinner I made was this one, and it has faces on it on both sides, as you can see. And the coins I used to make these were $1 coins. And the thing about it is that in Canada we have $1 and $2 coins, but in America you don't, so you can only make them with 25-cent coins. But any Canadians out there who have dollars and $2, definitely try this one. It doesn't spin as good, as you can see. Like, it doesn't spin as good, but it's definitely, like, it still works. So there you go. And I'm going to show you guys how to make this. But first, we have to go through the material list. So let's get into it. The first thing you'll need are coins. And you can have any type of currency you want to use for your spinner. I recommend 25 cents coins because in my experience, it spun the best. But you can use pennies if you have them. Try out with different currencies that you have, like 25 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, $2, $1, and see which one spins the best, The next thing you'll need will be some toothpicks, just to, spark some holes into your thing. So there you go. The next thing you'll need will be a pair of scissors, any type of scissors, just to cut the cardboard or the foam or whatever you're using. The next thing you'll need will be some tape, and you can use any type of tape you want. I have clear tape right here, but you can use duct tape if you want to. Whatever type of tape you want, you can use it. The next thing you'll need, which is optional, is a fork. And you're asking me, why do I need a fork? Because the material that I used is too thick, so when poking the holes through, you can't use a toothpick because it'll break the toothpick. So I have a fork, handy dandy fork, and you don't really need it. It's optional, like I said, but it's a fork. It's just funner this way. Next thing you'll need, which will not fit in the frame, but can partially fit in the frame, is a foam board or cardboard or whatever, like cardstock, something thick that you can use for the base of the fidget spinner. I have this foam board, and I got it for like $1.50 at the dollar store. Really cheap, and it's very, it's dense, but it's also heavy duty, which is perfect for this project. The last item you'll need will be a pen or a pencil, just something to be able to write out your stencil or whatever type of design you want to make your spinner, whether it's a tri-spinner, a butterfly spinner, or a torque bar. Any one of those, you have to have something to draw it on, right? So those are all the materials you'll need. Let's get started. Alright, so the first step is to cut a piece of your foam or cardboard or whatever material you're using for the base of the fidget spinner, and you're just going to draw out your design. I already drew out this really simple design. It's like a stubby kind of thing, and it looks pretty awesome, and it's pretty small compared to my hands and stuff. But yeah, so that's the shape I want to do. You can take this time, pause the video to draw out your design. Just search up on the web and find the design you want. But this is the one I have right now, so I'm just gonna cut it. And I chose it to make it very simple because I just wanted it to be simple so I can show you guys how to make it. And once you learn how to make it, like I said, you can make like tons of it, and it's gonna be really easy. So I'm just gonna cut along the first line right here. And once, like I said, once you get to the hang of it, you can make as much as you want, and it won't be a hassle anymore. So let me cut the first piece. Second piece right here, And you don't have to be exact. If you want it to be pretty, take your time. But for the sake of this video, if it's ugly, who cares? Now I'm gonna cut around here. Like that. So there you go. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And there's the finished product. Just a piece that looks like this. So let me clear the stuff out. Now you can grab some cardstock if you want and cover the surface like I did with my first one, put like faces or designs on it. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that, but you could do that as an extra bonus touch to yours. So now you're going to find the middle part of your thing, and if you want you could mark it, but I'm just going to do it by hand. So now this is when your fork comes in, or your toothpick, depending on what you're going to use, and I'm just going to put a hole right in the middle, just like that. So you're going to try and put a hole in the middle of it. So let's do that. Bah, ooh. See, I already poked the hole. Go on to the other side. Find where the hole is. Oh, it's not even. There you go. Is it working now? Okay, now that you have your mid hole, hopefully it's in the middle. Just like that. Like, it took 2 seconds just to put that hole in. And it doesn't have to be pretty, like I said, but if you really want to make it all nice and pretty. So now you're going to grab your toothpick right here. So what you're going to do now is you're going to grab your toothpick and put it through. Wow, so off. So off. I'm gonna make the hole, just remake it a little bit. Right there. And try not to hurt yourself while doing this process. So let's try and stick it through now. So let's stick it through just like this. You want to stick it through your thing just like this. There you go. And you want to move it around, maybe do some circles like this to widen it, and it's already spinning, see? Alright, so now you've got the toothpick through just like this. I'm gonna put that aside, and then you want to grab 2 coins. Now I'm just gonna grab 2 quarters to make it even. And like I said, you can use whatever currency you want, just like that. And now you're gonna grab a piece of tape. So grab a piece of tape right here, and you're just gonna, oh, that was really loud. You're just gonna grab it. You want to use it to tape both coins onto both sides. So I got my first piece of tape right here, and you're literally just gonna stick the tape on top of the coin just like that, and then the coin on top of the fidget spinner just like that. And it doesn't have to be, you know, even or whatever. I don't mind if it's uneven. Who cares? Really, like, who cares actually? So I'm on my second piece of tape. Let me just quickly do this. And if I'm going too fast, you can definitely pause the video and watch it, redo it, whatever. So I'm on my second piece of tape right here, and we're almost done. Like, this is like almost the final step. So here's the second coin that I have, and I'm just gonna stick the tape on it, and then from there stick it on to the fidget spinner. And you definitely want to leave some space. I'll just stab myself with the toothpick. Let me rearrange this. Let's put the coin right on the tip, just like that. See, it's so pretty, right? So there you go. That's almost the last step. And the last step that you will need is to make the thumb pads. And I'm going to show you guys how to make that right now. Alright, so now that your fidget spinner looks like this, it's pretty much almost done. There are 2 more steps to it. And now you need to make the thumb pads. Now, I already pre-made 2 circles right here, and I already poked holes in them. But what you really need is a piece of foam or buttons or whatever you want to do. I just took another piece, like a extra piece of my foam board right here, and I use that. But you could use buttons if you have buttons on hand. But yeah, so what you want to do then is, I already poked holes, but pretty much you're gonna grab your fork again, stab a hole, and then go back and stab a hole through it to make it look like this, which I've already done. As you can see, there's holes. And now what you want to do is you want to grab your fidget spinner, take one of the pointy sides, and stick it through, just like that. And you want your thumb pads to fit kind of snug, just like that. And you want to leave some room. You want to leave some wiggle room, because it won't spin if you don't have any wiggle room. So let's cut that piece off like that. And you have to be very careful. Whoa, shot across the room. And I just want to push that up. And then like that. And then to make it safer for your hands, you can grab a piece of tape and then cover it on top just like this to make it safer for your fingers so that doesn't hurt. just like that. You do the same with the other side. Stick it through. Might have trouble doing this. There you go. Stuck it through. I'll leave like a millimeter, maybe a little bit more. Like you can spin it to see if it spins. It doesn't spin. You want to keep some space, like let's say about here, how there is wiggle room for your toy. So it just oh my gosh, fell out. It just varies on how you made your fidget spinner pretty much. So I don't know, let's do measurements. Like that. Okay? Just like that. So you're gonna grab your scissors, cut the last part of it. Bah! Goodbye. Goodbye. And you've pretty much almost finished. Now you're gonna grab your last piece of tape, put it onto the finger pad just like that. And bam! You have your fidget spinner. It's pretty simple, and let's see how good it spins. Ooh, that spins pretty well. Look at that. Look at that. And there you go. That's the end of the project. Ooh, this spins really well. Look at this. Wow, it's actually pretty cool. So there's the fidget spinner. And it's not really pretty, but it's functional, so who really cares? So there's the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video and you liked how I made this and you were able to make it, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and peace. See, spin it, bam, peace.